What up guys, welcome to Game Over Entertainment, and today we're back for Walking Dead Wednesday talking about a theory on our hands. Okay, so this theory was given to me by Blue J12. It's a good idea, so here I am. Thank you again for watching on the stream, and thank you again for this theory. What if Matthew killed Nick? Alright guys, so if you recall who Matthew is, we saw him briefly, he didn't last very long, in Season 2, Episode 2 on the bridge. He was the one guarding the bridge, held his gun up, looked like he may have been building a relationship with Clementine and Luke before it went to hell for him. And just what if that did not happen, okay? So in this instance, what I'm saying is that Nick, right here, he would have missed his shot, which isn't unthinkable. He was far from a marksman before this happened, but now he can hit dead in the neck. Okay, but what if he missed a shot, and what if Matthew retaliated and shot Nick instead? What would have happened? Okay guys, so I don't know a lot about this character Matthew, so this is pure speculation, not factual stuff. The only thing I know about him is that I think the same things they said, that he was nice, and it's been hinted that he's in a romantic relationship with Walter, and that's about it. That's all I know about him. So if Nick would have missed and Walter retaliated and killed him instead, alright, so I think the characters, seeing that Nick took the first shot, would not have blamed Matthew for that. You know, Matthew felt his life was in danger, he had to do what he had to do, and Nick's death would have been looked at like, they would have looked at Nick like, what the hell were you thinking? They would look at him with pity, and I don't think they would have blamed Matthew for that whatsoever, being Luke and the other characters in the house, seeing that Nick is dead now right here. And now Matthew, on the other hand, he could have went two different ways with this. Like, he could have saw this as a hostile attempt, and he could have tried to force us back across the bridge. Where he had a gun in his hand, and Luke, he did have a sidearm, so Luke may hold his gun up too. But Matthew, if he wanted to be resistant and be like, no, you guys can't come, your group is not safe, and he would have forced us to go back, and then we would try to go around, and Carver would have caught up to us then, and I think the whole group would have got recaptured and sent to Carver's place. They've been put in a situation where they've been facing Carver and his men with heavier guns, more ammunition, and you know, a guy who won't quit unless he is dead. I don't know if our group, Luke, let's see, Alvin, maybe Alvin, because he ain't playing that whole Carver thing. Carlos and them were ready to kill. You know, it was either a situation, fight for your freedom, or, you know, become a slave basically for Carver. And I think they would have got caught up, because they would have lost the battle anyway. And so we went back to Carver's place. No Kenny, no Sarita. We've probably been trapped there a lot longer than we were before. Luke's plan is still the walkie-talkies and stuff. That may still came up, but and Luke may not have got caught up in that. And I wonder how it would have worked out if Luke's plan just went off without a hitch, no problems. I'm not too sure about that, man, but that's far in the future. And just to have the whole season with no Kenny and stuff would be just a whole different experience right there. Now the other route, what if Matthew, you know, beyond his better judgment, because if someone tried to shoot me, I still would not let him across the bridge. But if he did decide to let our group pass across the bridge, like, you know, that guy's a separate entity, he doesn't represent us. Nick, you know, he was foolish what he was doing, I don't agree with it. Can we still come by? Can we still get some of that food you were talking about? Matthew says yes, they come by. We still may not have gotten Kenny in the season, man, because that little house that he has set up, that little shack, he has some food there, he had a bed there, a resting spot. That's probably where he kept all his travelers that came through who wanted food, you know, to relax for a bit. That's probably where they stayed at, right there. When our group actually approached the cabin and Kenny and them were there, that isn't like something that normally happens. That's why the guns were raised. They're like, hold on, people don't normally come up this far, because Matthew is the one who does this, and Kenny, he's not too willing to let outsiders into his house and give them food right out of his cabin. You saw how he treated Bonnie, so that is not a normal thing that they do. So Matthew may have went up to the house, got some more food for us, and brought it back down to us in that house, and then we would went on past the cabin and onto our separate ways. So still then, no Kenny, still then, same scenario, getting caught up by Carver and everything else. Now if he does, one more scenario, if he does let us up to the cabin and You know, Matthew presents us. That means that when we first approach the cabin, there won't be any guns raised because Matthew will be there to, you know, make sure everything's easy. Like, hey, these guys are cool. I brought them up here to get some more food. And then Clementine and Kenny would have met, and it would have been less climactic because it wasn't a high tension moment. Like, maybe Kenny would have been talking to Walter or Matthew about, hey, I don't think it's a good idea. And then he would have slowly turned around. Clementine would have been there. Hugs, kisses. You guys know the deal. And in this instance right here, we still got attacked by Carver in the same type scenario. I don't think that would have changed. And he may have actually, because in the end, when they were having that shootout situation between Kenny killing his man, Carver wanting revenge and grabbing Walter, he may have grabbed Matthew instead. I think he wanted to get someone who he wasn't familiar with, someone that he knew that Kenny or the guy that was shooting at him would know and is related to, has some kind of relationship with. So he may have grabbed Matthew, and that could have got him killed right there. Or in another way, Matthew, there was still daylight during that time when they approached the cabin and everything else. So Matthew, maybe he felt like his duty was not yet finished. He could have went back down to the bridge. Maybe that's where he spent his nights at, in that little shack. And if he did do that, like after he said, okay, these guys are gonna be here, have dinner with him, and he went back to down to the bridge, he would have ran the Carver right there, and that, my friends, would probably have been the end of him there, because Carver was coming through no matter what, and seeing all the heavy machinery they had, I don't think Matthew would have lived through it, or possibly Carver could have tricked him. We see them kind of do that kind of personality before with Clementine. When he approached the cabin first, when Clementine and him first met, he pretended to be something he's not, pretend like he didn't know, like he was a nice guy and everything else. He may have asked him, like, did you see some people come through around here? Maybe a pregnant lady, describing them. And Matthew like, yeah, are those your friends? He's like, yeah, we're real close. Can you lead me to them? And then Matthew would have led Carver right to the front door, and it could have been a little mayhem right there. So that would have been interesting to see, guys. And like I said, this is all complete speculation, man. Also, you know, if Matthew, I guess, lasts longer than episode 3, we may have learned some more about his character. Right now, it's too early to tell. We may have actually seen his relationship with Walter in fruition, see exactly for what it was, and just him being more developed as a character. So, you know, it sucks that we got this guy right here that's killed off pretty damn quick, man. The voice actor for him wasn't around very long. Hopefully he had multiple characters he was voicing, because he's like, hey, can you come to our studio for a quick second? He's like, okay. And then he came through, and that was it. Just a couple lines of dialogue. But yeah, guys, let me know how you guys think it would have turned out if Matthew had killed Nick and Nick was not around anymore. Would you have missed Nick? Would you have enjoyed Matthew, another character that is unknown to us now, that we will never find out who he really was? So guys, yes, this is a what if theory and complete speculation. Thumbs up as always is appreciated, and stay tuned for next week, another Walking Dead Wednesday. Not exactly sure what I'm going to do, but it'll be something interesting. Okay, I'll try to make it interesting. Okay, I'm out of here though. Thank you for watching. Just see ya.
Nick, no! Put it down.
Nick, no!
Did I hit him? Where is he? I told you not to shoot. What? Who was that guy? Why didn't you wait for a signal?
We thought you were in trouble. You were waving your arms.
Why did you shoot?
He pointed a gun at me. That asshole drew on me. He was about to shoot.
What did you see, Clem? Was that guy gonna shoot?
He wasn't gonna do anything.
I know what I saw.
Shut up, Nick. I guess he slept here.
Guess he did have food. Man, fuck Nick.
He's out of control.
That's what I'm saying. He keeps on like that, he's gonna get one of us killed.